We are gonna have the discussion on traditional and modern literacy. Go ahead, Jason.
Hello everybody, my name is Jason. I am a facilitator at Language Arts Workshop, and today we are here to talk about media literacy. So what is literacy first? Anyone?
And I think that literacy is like all the writing.
If this question was 10 points, you would probably get about 3 points.
Okay.
Anyone want to add
Good
on?
try anyway.
Anyone
It's a
wants
form
to
of
add on?
content that comes from your heart, man. Like you write it out yourself. You create. It's like a creation of your own.
Content that comes from your heart would add on maybe another 1 point.
Come on, add on. Then by the end of the discussion, you should get the full point answer already. Right. Any other thing else? Literacy. What? Yes,
so
Chloe.
Like documentary.
Documentary, that's an example of some kind of literacy. I wouldn't really consider that a point, but it's a good example, okay? But what does literacy mean?
Is it knowledge?
Knowledge about media would maybe add on another 1 or 2 points, okay?
Ability to understand media.
Understand, analyze,
Use it.
Right.
create.
Literacy means you not only have the knowledge, but you also have the ability to think about it and come up with your own opinions.
Yeah.
Okay, opinions, very important thing. We need to have opinions, otherwise we are just a robot. We are just an AI that you input the thing in and then it outputs something for you. So everything you do has to think about, and media is no different. So media literacy, just now Ms. Su said we have traditional and we have modern media literacy. Talk about traditional first.
Alright.
Books.
Like
Books, yeah.
poem.
Books, poems. Okay, give me examples now. Like we said, documentary is more modern, right?
Yeah.
So books, poems. What else?
Writing on the stone. How we record history.
Yeah. Okay.
Drama.
The oldest
Film.
the oldest literature in human history, written history, is called the Epic of Gilgamesh. It was discovered, I don't know when it was discovered, but it was written, I believe, somewhere around 4000 BC. Somewhere around there. So that's about 6,000 years ago. Right? The oldest surviving written things that we see, and it's a story about the god king Gilgamesh, who
It's quite difficult.
is basically the original mythology, right? And then later on, other civilization developed different mythology. But not only do they write it down, what other ways do they transmit this story or any kind of story?
Draw.
Sorry?
Cave art.
No, it's not that old, okay? Chanting and singing. Singing was actually older than writing. People told stories through singing, right? And passed down stories from parents to children, and the elders of the village teaching the children. So that it was the most oldest kind of media literacy. Why do they tell these stories? They don't really have paper yet, so it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
So back then it was a lot of effort to really write things or even to create paper, all the way until the Chinese invented paper. That was relatively recently compared to those things. Okay, but either way, it was a lot of effort to write things. So people usually use speaking or telling stories or singing in songs, chanting to remember things. Which is why you have, even now, we do have a lot of chanting or singing related kind of things to remember things. For example, taking a bath, you teach children how to wash their body. What songs do we use? Head, shoulders, knees and toes. That is also chanting. That is also singing in some way to remember
The
how
Malay
to
one.
wash.
Mang pagi.
Yeah, right, the Bang Pagi, Gosong Gigi. It teaches us what to do when we wake up, right?
That is like 3-year-old thing.
Yeah, but it works because telling stories. Why do they tell stories? Because stories are more exciting and easier to remember than telling them facts. So instead of telling them why you need to wash hands to keep your hands clean before you eat, you tell them a story of how the demons who live in everywhere, you have to cleanse them out before you put something into your body by eating it, right? So like that kind of stories, and then it developed into fairy tales and children's stories, such as Cinderella. Cinderella was written by Charles Perrault in 17 something. I don't. So Cinderella was a 1700s story. It was written in French originally, French literature, and this story, the original version, was actually kind of messed up because it was trying to tell us the moral of how inner beauty will show in your outer beauty. So no matter how beautiful you are outside, if you are a bad person, no one will like you. And other things, the other message they're trying to tell is how we cannot force ourselves to change to make other people happy. Because you know the part where the prince comes with the shoe and lets everyone try the shoes on? The two stepsisters couldn't put the shoes on, so they got knives and tried to cut their feet to make it smaller to fit the shoes in. Of course, we don't tell them nowadays.
Story. That's original. Like
All of the fairy tales were originally something like that. Because they need to have the message get over to the children to get them to understand. Little Red Riding Hood. At the end, the wolf ate at the end. No hunter. The hunter was a Disney thing. We have fairy tales and mythology. Media literacy, a lot of it comes from people trying to, I don't want to say trick other people, but they try to get other people to believe what they want them to believe.
That's advertisement, you know.
What kind of old piece of writing that teaches us how to behave? How to behave?
Your elder.
Sorry?
Bible.
The Bible. Thank you very much. So there are three books that comes from the Abrahamic religions. They all have the same sort of origin, but they split as history went on. You had the Torah, which was Judaism from the Jews. Then you had the Bible, which is Christianity, and you had the Al-Quran, which is Muslim, Islam, right? All three of them had the same origins. Okay, so that is traditional media literacy and how literature and art has been used historically to change the way people think. You should know when you are being affected by it and why. Okay. That is.
Now, everyone will have your turn to talk. What do you think? How you feel about today's discussion?
Today I've learned a new piece of media literacy. I have never encountered this kind of situation before. So
You are in this circle.
yeah.
I thought that and I didn't expect that it like manipulates people.
Okay, so I discovered a lot more of media literacy. I know a lot more like traditions stuff. Okay, that's what I don't know, right? And yeah, so I feel that these discussions helps a lot. And
Will you read out or find out more and read about it by yourself if you have the chance?
A new thing for me because I've never learned this before in anywhere.
Okay, good. Sharon, what say you?
I've learned a lot because actually last time I don't know quite much about media literacy, about like it have even 1,000 years ago it appears media literacy. I didn't know that, and it's really helps me a lot.
Good job. Sandra?
Okay, to me, I don't really understand the deep meaning about media literacy, and thanks to Jason talking about the Cinderella story, I just know the truth today.
It's deep for me.
I can talk until 12 tonight.
I don't think I would read books about it, but I will definitely do some research about it.
Yes, yes.
I don't actually quite know what is traditional media literacy, but now after Jason discussions, like catch up a bit. So
Traditional literacy is like your ability to read and write and understand, like reading comprehension, what the author, the poem, things like that, you've been analyzing. That's why we injecting in this kind of traditional literacy to you since you were younger.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
now you start to connect the dots, am I right?
Yeah.
Good job. Chloe?
Before this discussion, I know nothing about media literacy, but thanks to Jason, I have like a bit of foundation now. The talk was quite inspirational. Thank you. After the explanation, I actually know what literacy means, and I think it's a very big help to me. Thank you.
Honestly, I have no idea about media literacy. And until today, Jason explained it, then I know a little bit more. And in the first place, history is really... but Jason make it simple and fun. Yeah, it's easy to understand.
Okay, first of all, I actually originally didn't know that mythology was part of literacy, that category, because like, yeah, I originally thought that like traditional literacy was just like books and poems.
Any kind of stories.
Yeah, I interpreted it as like those old books and all that. I did not like think that mythology was actually part of literacy. So I guess new knowledge I learned today. I actually also didn't know that like the books like the Bible, Al Quran, all that, they are also actually literacy, because I thought they're just like there for the rules and stuff.
I think it's like maybe fear, I think like the old people, like traditionally people use fear to pass down the message, how to behave and all. So I think like this kind of fear or like beauty, then we have to really think.
Fear, fear, people afraid of dying.
Speaking of afraid of dying, right? Remember the toilet paper thing?
Oh!
Like they stock up on the toilet paper.
Yeah.
For
Oh, yeah.
COVID. Like they don't buy new.
Here too! Everywhere!
Everywhere. Toilet paper gone everywhere.
When COVID started, toilet people were saying that toilet paper is going to run out, and everybody rushed to buy the toilet paper. That's also because they don't have media literacy.
This will be written in the history, Right? It will be written in the history, like people buy toilet paper because of COVID, blah blah blah. I don't know.
Okay, good.
I don't know if I have been living under a rock or something, but I didn't know that people wrote stuff on clay tablets.
Okay, how iPad was invented.
The literacy that we don't use now, I learned some stuff about that. That's what mostly I didn't know about. I would find out more about some parts of the literacy that we were discussing about. I guess mostly like the
Cinderella again.
Yeah.
So to learn anything, you have to understand not just what you're learning about, but also why you're learning it and how did this thing you're learning come about. So we have to lay the foundations first before you can build anything on top of it, right? So here we are digging the hole for the foundation first.
Yeah.
By telling you about the background, the history of how media literacy started. As you continue on this 2 weeks of activities, you are going to learn more about how to understand, how to interpret, and how to create media of your own. Doesn't matter what kind of media, but we're going to make something.
Yes. Right. Until then, let's take a break. Thank you.